Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Marble Racing Season 3. We are here with Race 11, one of our Marble GP tracks. We're at Marble GP Germany, created by our very own Iceman, who's also here watching today. So we'll see if Iceman has a good home ground performance here, as not only is it Iceman's creation, but also home country. So we'll see if there's any advantage going on there. Could get a bit controversial. So the standings going into this, we have Superboss leading with 209. We have Jimmy in second with 207. Marnie in third with 201. Azur in fourth with 199. Pesky-Bird in fifth with 194. Iceman in sixth with 188. Cheese in seventh with 165. We're in eighth with 161. And in ninth, Demon with 156. And just a reminder of what's up for grabs as well. On the right hand side, we have our point system, which goes all the way up to 20 places, even though we only have 9 for this season. You see your points and the winner prize pool on the right for the top 3. £25 and the winner roll over in the Discord. That's what that's referring to for anyone who does get confused by that. £25 for the winner, £15 for second in the runner roll, and £10 for third. So the most we've had to play for so far, and hoping to expand that going forward. Honestly, it's pretty close to the top 5. Yeah, it is very close, but there's still a chance for anyone, as we are still in the first half of the season. Top 6 even, yeah. Bit of a gap then, 7th, 8th and 9th, but hey, anything can happen. They can claw their way back up from those positions with a few good races. So let's head over to the track. So here we are. Marble GP Germany. So a quick look around the track. It's not too long of a track. So a sharp turn to start with. We've got a booster going down into a split section, 2 ladders to get up, and then rejoining together into another hairpin. A lot of sharp twisting turns on this one. And then we go through the stone wall to the outside. A little run around here, up quite a long ladder, and then 2 hairpins, a little S bend through to the finish line. So, fairly straightforward. Lots of winding lanes, twists and turns. Berlin Wall question mark. I was thinking that. Yeah, okay. I didn't want to say it in case I was wrong, but yeah, it is. That is what I was thinking. That's why I paused. But yeah, through the Berlin Wall. The stone wall. But let's get the racers into their positions. We have Boer starting up at the front. We've seen this quite frequently this season. And Pesky-Bird starting at the back. And with all that said, with all that said, let's get this race underway and see how it plays out. So they're off towards the first corner. Pesky-Bird does make quite an early lunge there. Cheese is going to get pushed back. Boer's going to be leading. Pesky-Bird with a great line around the left. A great start to the race for Pesky-Bird coming from the back, but an unfortunate situation at the ladder is going to lose a lot of time. Marnie's struggling as well. So currently our season leaders having some difficulties, although Superboss, say season leaders, we've also got Superboss and Azur who are quite high up, and they are doing alright so far. Yes, we have 15 laps. 15 laps. So Boer's leading, going to push Superboss back, meaning Azur's going to come through there. Cheese, after a bit of a struggle at the start has made their way up to 4th place here. It's going to be blocking Iceman out. Pesky Bird now 6th, Jimmy 7th, Demon 8th, Marnie 9th. It's the 2 Eternal Darkness members currently at the back, but we are only on lap 1. Coming around to the next ladder, and of course with all these ladders, a lot can happen. It's quite easy to get stuck for a while on these. You can lose a lot of time. They can really change up the positions. As you can see there, Iceman dropping a few places. Demon's actually going to gain a couple. And Azur and Boer are going to be side by side coming off the ladder. Eternal Darkness always win in the end. Well, always win in the end. We will see. So Boer's going to be leading going on to lap 2, but Azur very close behind. Oh, a rough bounce there though. Going to lose a bit of time, letting Boer make a bit of a breakaway. Both opting for the same route. See Superboss and Cheese. Cheese chasing Superboss down. Going to go the opposite side. Boer and Azur side by side again on the ladder. Cheese is on for a 3rd place. Then Superboss. It looks like Demon just higher than Pesky Bird. Iceman, Jimmy and Marnie struggling a little bit on this track so far. Consistent season so far. Might be starting to burn out. So Boer's going to keep holding Azur back as they're having some rough bounces off the walls here. Demon's going to go for a lunge up the inside of Superboss, just enough speed to pull that off as well. Going to actually hold Superboss back and let Pesky Bird through as well. And now Iceman also right behind Superboss. So with those bumps, it's been costly for Superboss getting pushed around. A little shunt there though to get a bit of speed up on Pesky Bird, but it's going to get blocked out. Looks like Boer made it on the ladder and Azur hasn't yet. It's going to be side by side with Cheese now, battling for 2nd. Demon season was consistent so far too. It has been. Maybe not in the way they would have liked it, but it has been fairly consistent. So Cheese and Azur are going to be side by side. Demon just behind. Then following is Iceman, Pesky Bird, Superboss, Jimmy and Marnie at the back. Azur's going to hold 2nd, going on to lap 3. Cheese going to be in 3rd. Marnie not managing to get past Jimmy. Demon with a rough bounce. Iceman with a rough bounce as well. Pesky Bird's going to get past. Opting for opposite sides here. So the grid's splitting on which side they actually want to take. And Marnie does get past Jimmy. In fact, Marnie is just higher than Iceman as well. So a couple of places gained there. We're already on the move at the top. Azur releasing off the left side. I think the left side might be slightly quicker for the line that you get going into that corner. It's a bit of a sharp bounce if you come off the right side. And yes, Demon has taken the fastest lap. For that extra point, Pesky Bird's going to push Demon against the wall there and slow them down. Superboss blocking Pesky Bird. Pesky Bird will make a lunge around the inside. That collision's really slowed Demon down there. Pesky Bird and Superboss are battling it out. A lot of bumping going on. Fighting for position. Could be slowing them down a bit. Looks like Iceman's moved up a position into 6th. We're still holding the lead. Superboss gets on the ladder before Pesky Bird. Demon hops on alongside Pesky Bird. Then Iceman, followed by Marnie, and now Jimmy at the back. But up at the front, we're having a good run so far, heading towards lap 4. Cheese is trying to close the gap on Azur. Demon managed to get past Superboss as Superboss has a bit of a bad bounce into the corner. Bad line there as well for both Superboss and Iceman. Pesky Bird's going to move up a position. Azur got a bit of a bad bounce there, means Cheese is going to make a bit of a gap. Going round to the ladders. Cheese having trouble getting on. Azur's going to get on first. It looks like Demon and Cheese are going to be side by side on two opposite sides here. So it's going to be Boer, Azur, Demon and Cheese side by side, then Superboss, Pesky Bird, Iceman, Marnie and Jimmy. So going into that corner, we can see Cheese just managing to block Demon from that side. Both closing the gap on Azur here. Nasty hit there. Cheese pushing Demon back, allowing Superboss to gain a place, and then payback as Superboss does the same to Cheese, but Cheese blocking Demon at the same time means Pesky Bird is just behind Demon, and Iceman is tailing Marnie right now. While all this is going on, Boer is just extending that lead. Just got to stay consistent up at the front. Superboss getting pushed on by Cheese, a bit of a pile up on the ladder. Azur and Cheese will be side by side. Demon gets on Pesky on, Marnie on, Iceman, and then Jimmy. You know, I will do that hydrate while they're on the ladder. There we go. Oh, that's a rough corner for Superboss, losing a bit of time. Cheese is right behind them now. Azur had a bit of a slow corner. Demon's going to get a bounce off Azur against the wall and is going to get past both Azur and Cheese. Moving Demon up to third. And will now be chasing down Superboss. Cheese slowing Azur down there. Marnie's in front of Pesky Bird. Going onto the ladders though, let's see what happens. Looks like Cheese got quite a good entry, and then it'll be Demon and Superboss. About side by side it looks like. Then Azur, Pesky Bird, Marnie and Jimmy are going to be side by side, and Iceman's now moved to the back. Jimmy actually got the fastest lap at the back of the grid. And just a warning there from Iceman, the red hairpin before the final ladder is the worst. If you smash into it too fast, you can actually hop over it in DNF. Fixed it in a later version, but it's still in the old version. This might be the later version, because unless you've got it under a different name, it should be fixed in this one. Because I did re-get the tracks from, at least most of them, from the workshop again. So we might be, this is the old version. It was in my downloads section, and I pulled it from there again. So it should have the updates done to it. We'll see. Is there any more way to see? If someone goes off, then we know. New version has higher walls at that corner. Okay, there we go. Wow, Boer still leading. Demon's moved up to second. Superboss now in third. Cheese in fourth. Iceman's managed to make their way up to fifth. Marnie's in sixth. Pesky Bird in seventh. Azur down in eighth. Jimmy still the fastest lap, but still in ninth. The jinxing is unbelievable. No idea what you're on about. Not a clue. So Demon and Cheese are going to be side by side. Superboss also going to be side by side with them coming off the ladder. Demon with the better runs is going to go into the inside. And will come out the best there, but Superboss with a good line on the inside, not quite enough speed. Boer with a rough bounce on that corner. Superboss as well, losing speed. This means that Demon's closing the gap on Boer. Boer losing a bit of time up at the front. Could we be seeing Boer losing a bit of momentum as we're on lap 6 now? clean entry onto the ladder. Demon gets a bounce backwards. Gonna block Superboss though, so Demon will hold on to second, Superboss and Cheese both in third. Then Iceman, Marnie is third, Jimmy and Pessybird is now in last place. So positions still bouncing around here. We're trying to hold consistent up at the front. But everyone else trading positions continuously. So going on to lap 7. Or a rough bounce there by Boer. Same with Demon though, so not really going to gain there. Cheese will gain a bit of time, pushing Superboss backwards, means Iceman's going to come through and take a position. Jimmy with not a great bounce. Peskybird will also close that gap a little bit. Almost get on the ladder first as well, but we'll get on at the same time because of a rough bounce. The bottom 3 in the standings are top 3 right now. So they are. Showing up late into the season. I say late into the season, we're still early, but later into the season, I should say. But can they keep it up as Iceman already passing one of them? Could this be the turnaround? And Demon managing to get past Boer. Demon now breaking away in first. The bottom 4 are top 4. And with a big lunge there, Iceman's actually going to be side by side with Demon for a first place battle coming off this ladder. So quite the interesting battle going on up at the front here. As I think those currently in the lower positions have decided to step it up and show what they've got here today. Is this what we're going to see going forward, or is this going to be a one-off? And can they hold it to the end of this race? Or will any of them crumble? So we see a battle going on between Demon and Boer here. A lot of bumping going on. So Jimmy and Pessybird currently at the back need to make up a bit of time. We are on lap 8 of 15. They'll be side by side going on there. Boer and Iceman will be side by side coming off the top. We'll see what happens here. Crossing over with no contact. Boer going for the outside. It's going to get blocked out by Iceman on the inside route. And Demon is just behind. We'll be looking for the time to pass, and there it is. As Boer gets knocked backwards by Iceman, now at risk from Cheese and Superboss. And Demon will now be hunting down Iceman up at the front. And when we get to this next ladder, I might have to do another hydrate because I still have a bad throat and I can feel it drying up. Alright, quick hydrate as we see them going onto the ladder and see what positions they end up in. There we go, thank you Boer for redeeming the hydrate. I'll let the chat do the commentary for a minute. Alright, so. Yep, Demon once again in the lead. Iceman in second. Or a rough hit there. Boer might have a bit more speed. They do much more speed going through here. What about the entry onto the ladder? It looks like Boer's going to catch up with Demon going onto the ladder. Superboss getting past Iceman. Iceman and Cheese, I think, got on at the same time. Will be side by side. Peskybird one move at a time. Just as they've said that, Marnie's pushed them out of the way and's taken that position right back. Cheese lunge on the inside to go block Iceman there. Jimmy still holding that fastest lap. Demon playing. Oh, we've had a fall. We've had a fall. Iceman is off the track, and that is going to be race over for Iceman. F's in the chat for Iceman. That is going to be a DNF. First DNF of the race. A disaster after putting up such a fight up at the top. It all comes to an end. The definition of karma. But Boer has moved back in front of Demon here and is leading once again. Demon in second, Superboss in third, Cheese in fourth, Azure in fifth. As Jimmy having a bit of trouble getting onto the ladder there. In sixth, Marnie blocking out Pesky Bird. Keep hold of seventh. Pesky Bird in eighth. And Iceman has secured themselves a ninth. On the home ground, well, if you'd won on the home ground, maybe there would have been some accusations made. So we go on to lap 10, and the fight is raging right now at the front. Demon and Boer side by side. Boer just looking for any opportunity to make an overtake. Demon's going to try and block here. Unsuccessful. They're going to be side by side. This could be a chance for Boer to get a line. Also, they're going to be opting to try and get a bit of an inside release. So we'll see what happens coming off the ladder. Iceman saying we're nice to our guests here. Yeah, just letting them have fun. Letting them enjoy the track. Pesky Bird, what happened, Iceman? A bad hit off this corner. So a big battle there between Demon and Boer. In fact, Cheese is now getting in on the action. Demon with a bad bounce on the corner. Cheese getting pushed back by Boer. Boer saying they want to work together with Demon. They both need the points. That is true. Got to be careful with some of these battles. You get too aggressive and it can end badly for both of you. And there will never be any rigging of the races. Never. Oh, Demon almost getting on first shot. Actually falls off and Boer's going to come through with an overtake. Cheese going for a big lunge will be just behind Demon. So the top three are now starting to make a gap to fourth place. And Pesky Bird actually gaining over Marnie there. As Marnie's having difficulties, Jimmy also gets past. But back up to the front three. Demon is not letting go of that first position easily, but Boer's also not giving it up easily. I think we're going to see a back and forth between these two all the way to the end. But the battling is allowing Cheese to try and close the gap, so we could see a massive battle all the way down to the finish line between these three. Boer's going to be leading on the ladder. Superboss gets a good entry there. Pesky Bird just trying to pick up one position at a time here. Is now past Azure. And up at the top, Demon with a bit more speed will close the gap on Boer. And a great line through there is actually going to get past, and Boer running a bit slow. Doesn't get a great exit out of that corner. Demon's going to try and make a bit of a gap, but Boer isn't going to let it happen that easily. Superboss is now just behind Cheese, so Cheese at risk in third. And we've got a right battle going on at the front. What's going to happen at the ladder though? Demon does make it on first. Boer not far behind. Cheese having a bit of a slow entry here, having some trouble, but does make it on before Superboss comes around. In fact, what has happened to Superboss? Have we lost? We've lost a Superboss. And this is the risk of pushing too hard. Superboss did go off in this section. Just have lost it on one of the corners trying to chase down Cheese. But Pesky Bird making good time here. So is Azur, actually starting to close the gap on Cheese, but this does give a bit more breathing room for Cheese with Superboss off the track. So F's in the chat for Superboss, of course. That was the corner you're referring to. Well, there we go. Superboss going a bit too aggressive around there, trying to get into the top 3, ends up securing an 8th position. But I think this is ideal for Pesky Bird, just still going 1 position at a time, taking it steady, just trying to pick up a few extra points where they can. And Superboss going off has helped them move up to 4th. So Demon now trying to break away from Blur. But after seeing what happened to Superboss, they need to be a bit more careful around these areas. That's the warning for them. Don't push it too hard. The top 3 finish is good. Top 3 finish is good points. There's no need to risk it and potentially end up finishing in 7th. Pesky Bird having some difficulties. Marnie's actually going to get past on the ladder, then Azur and Jimmy just behind, so it's quite tight there at the bottom between the bottom 4. And we also have a race still going on for the top 3. You're lurking, no worries. So while Demon's now lurking so they can't hear the jinxing, we can just quickly take their marble off the track. And no one says anything. This is looking to be the perfect leaderboard balancing race. It very well could be. This could really shake things up. This could really push everyone closer together in the points. So Demon's still holding quite a good gap from Boer. Just trying to keep hold of a strong lead. Lap 13. Heading towards lap 14. See Boer trying to keep away from Cheese as well. So the top 3 are now starting to spread out. Demon with a perfect ladder entry. That's what you need to try and hold that top spot. Boer struggling a little bit more, but Cheese doesn't quite make it in time. So Demon just extending that lead, but Boer and Cheese getting closer together. And then the back 4 here still battling it out. Marnie gets a good entry. Pesky Bird 1 bounce, but not a bad entry. Same with Azur. Jimmy a little bit rougher, but not the worst. Yep, all set for Demon. Race basically over. Demon has this in the bag. Yep, Demon basically has the race at this point. If they can stay consistent through these last 2 laps, it is going to be a win. Currently with nearly a 7-second lead. That is quite the lead. And a perfect entry again. Demon just keeps gaining time, extending this lead. Oh, and Cheese manages to lunge through past Boer. Great ladder entry as well. Boer's going to drop to 3rd, and Cheese will move up to 2nd. And Marnie actually has the fastest lap. In 4th. Could be big points for Marnie in terms of the standings. So We see Demon just breaking away even further now. Cheese in second, Boy in third, Pesky Bird in fourth. Marnie with a bad corner there is going to get pushed back and drop a few positions. Azur in fifth, Jimmy in sixth, Marnie now in seventh. Calling fastest lap for Demon. With these ladder entries, I wouldn't be surprised. It looked like a very clean lap. If Demon doesn't pull a fastest lap here, then Marnie must have done one hell of a lap at the back. Smooth through the hairpins. Let's see what happens. It's not a fastest lap. So that lap by Marnie must have been quick. But going on to the final lap, Demon is leading. Cheese in second, Boyer in third. It's a 7-second lead. Jimmy in fourth, Pesky Bird currently in fifth, Azur in sixth, Marnie in seventh. So it doesn't look like there's been any problems at the ladder once again. Demon's just going to keep this dominant lead going. Will Boer be able to find a way past Cheese before the end of the lap, or will Cheese keep hold of second? Demon heading through the wall. See Cheese coming through. Bit of a gap now between Cheese and Boer. I think it's all going to come down to the entries onto this ladder. Demon does get a bounce, but makes it on the second attempt. Cheese rebounds, makes it on, and Boer almost makes it straight on. Couple of bounces, but there we go. So no major difficulties among the top three getting onto the ladder. Jimmy not far behind than Azur. Pesky and Marnie going to be side by side. And here we see Demon heading through the last corner. And if that's enough proof that my jinxing does nothing, I can't jinx, there you go. Demon taking the win. After all this time, after all the struggles and all of the difficulties, Demon finishes in the top three. And with a win on race 11. In second, we have Cheese, Boer in third, Jimmy in fourth, Azur fifth, Pesky Bird sixth, Marnie seventh with the fastest lap, Superboss eighth, and Iceman ninth. So let's go to our winning cam. And we'll wait for the DNF timer to count down. So claps in the chat. Demon, good race. And our only DNFs will be Superboss and Iceman. Well, it was fun while it lasted, I guess. Tell you what, the standings are going to be interesting. With our three lowest currently on the standings, finishing top three. And Marnie actually finishing down 7th, Superboss down 8th, Azur in 5th. It's gonna be interesting. An unfortunate one for Iceman on the home ground, but these things happen. You wonder what philosophical comment Eggbot would make to this race. I know, if only we could get Eggbot into the streams. When will AI be smart enough that it can watch it and comment along with me? But now Eggbot has to stay in the Discord and kind of kind of understand what's going on, even if they can't quite figure out the schedule. Demon, you won. Yes, you need to lurk more. Yeah, no matter how much everyone tried jinxing, it just didn't happen. Quite a strong lead, a 4-second gap at the end from first to second. So a pretty good race. Tell you what, that was action-packed pretty much all the way through. So that was a great race. Great race. So I'm going to go put these results on the leaderboard, and I'll be back in just a minute with the updated standings. Alright, the results have been entered, so let's head over to the standings. So probably not as much movement as people were maybe expecting, because the bottom three were quite far down in the points. They're still bottom three, but they've had a bit of movement within themselves. So going from the top, Jimmy is now first after that 4th place with 226. Superboss dropping to second after the DNF with 222. Azure in third with 216, tied with Marnie now. And that fastest lap point actually just keeping Marnie in, tied for that 3rd place. Pesky Bird's 5th with 209. Iceman is 6th with 200. Cheese is 7th with 190. Demon is now 8th with 186. And Boer is now 9th with 183. So a little bit of moving around. And the bottom three are now coming quite well into shot of pushing some people down from the top 6. Iceman definitely has Cheese quite close behind after that 9th place finish. But we'll have to see what happens in the next race. Now we have Total Extermination coming up. That could be a very, very quick race. That was built for more numbers and a lot of DNFs. So it's going to take some serious racing to stay alive. And we could see... So we have no idea how long that race could take. It could literally be over in a couple of laps, depending on how unfortunate it goes for people. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. No one is safe on that track. As if I defended 6th. Yep, you managed to hold on to it. It was a good healthy race, good for the leaderboard. Yeah, you know what? I agree with that. It's definitely making the leaderboard squash together a bit more. I remember the time I almost won one. Well, there we go. So, a good race, an incredible race, and a first win of the season for Demon, and a first top 3 of the season for Demon. So once again, congratulations on that one. And yeah, it's going to be interesting going to the next one next week. But that is it for this stream and the final race of this week. So of course, as always, if you're enjoying, please, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, leave a like if you're enjoying, comment down below if you've got any suggestions, or even who you're supporting, anything at all. All the support's appreciated, and it'll really help me out and help these out and help this grow even bigger. And if you want to take part, go to the link in the description, join the Discord, and you can sign up for the next season. As always, thank you for the stream, especially showcasing using my track and my home track, no less. Really appreciate it, mate. Have a good night. No worries at all. You have a good night too. And thanks for the stream to you on Monday. I think, yes, it will be Monday. No worries at all. And of course, again, everyone, have a good night, morning, day, whatever time it is where you are. But that is going to do it for this one. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.